Let's start by going through that final game against Sweden. It was a back and forth affair against a very good team. Talk about the game a little bit and then the reality when you got the late goal.
Yeah, no, we talked about it in the room before that there was going to be a lot of ups and downs, and it was important not to get too high or too low if we scored or if they scored. But when Dylan scored that first goal, it was pretty hard not to get excited for him and excited for our team. And again, and then they scored on a shorthanded goal and to even it up, and then that huge goal by Steenbergen at the end. It was chaos on the bench, and then the third and last goal, it was kind of a security blanket, and we knew that we were bound to win. So just very exciting and a moment I'll never forget.
What do you think was the ultimate difference this time in Canada winning gold? Why? And Sweden was a very good team, for example.
Yeah, no, they were very good, but I think it was our depth and our balance and within our team. I think that obviously we had every forward score, and so that was pretty awesome. And I think we had a lot of defensemen that can move the puck and transition the puck well, and great goaltending. So I think a great balance was why we won.
When people talk about the World Juniors and Cal Foote, probably forever and ever, they're going to talk about the save. Maybe tell us how it went from your perspective. I mean, you didn't have a lot of time to think there, and was there any kind of, I better not close my hand on the puck, or you just didn't have the time to think that?
Yeah, so the puck came out of the corner and it hit my shin pad, and I felt it hit my shin pad, and it was going in the net. So it was such a fast decision. I decided to drop my stick and just swipe with the puck and try to get lucky. But no, I wasn't really thinking about trying to close my hand on the puck. I was just trying to hopefully get it out of the net, and I got pretty lucky.
Let's talk about the outdoor game a little bit. The first one in World Junior history against the United States. A big game in terms of standings and that kind of thing. But tell us from the perspective of what it was like playing in a snowstorm and the cold weather and the ice conditions and all that. Tell us from a player's perspective, because it looked great on TV.
No, it was awesome. It was a typical outdoor game with the snow and the bad conditions, but it was a ton of fun. I know that all the players enjoyed it, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. And it was very cold, but it was very fun as well.
I want to talk a little bit about Dylan Dubé, because as the captain of the team, you're a captain here at the Rockets, I guess. Tell us what kind of a captain was he? Is he allowed in the dressing room, for example, maybe? And just tell us, or does he lead by example? He certainly did that in many of the games. Maybe just tell us a little bit about what you thought of him as a captain.
Yeah, no, obviously he did lead by example. He's a big player, and he comes out in big games, and you saw that in the gold medal game with a huge goal to get us started. And he's an awesome leader. Obviously here in Kelowna we have a great leadership group, and he's a part of it. And he says the right thing when it's needed said in the locker room. And like I said, he obviously leads by example on the ice.
What would you say to other players that maybe find themselves in a similar situation going to play for Canada? I guess what would be your advice to them going to a tournament like that?
No, I think the most important thing is just to buy into the team's plan, and it's important to have one plan and to try to execute that, and try not to go on your own page and just stick to the team game.
Yeah, you had a chance at some point in your life to perhaps play for the United States. I guess, do you think you obviously made the right decision? And I guess where did that decision come about?
Yeah, I think I made that decision pretty early on, being a Canadian fan early, and I feel like my parents are, well, they're both Canadian, so I feel like I just have Canadian blood. So I feel like just from an early age I was Canadian.
Yeah. Highlight of your life so far?
For sure up there. I'd say #1 right now, and I think it'll stay there for a while.